Money is nothing. Money is everything. Money surrounds us. It's in the rocks. It's in the trees. Monetized beings are we. Monetization in games can be quite a divisive subject, as it can mean many different things for many different people. For Pax Day this week, we just had our first official discussion on what monetization might look like for Pax Day in the future. When Pax Day made the semi-divisive announcement on Tuesday, I saw a lot of clickbaity titles, a lot of mischaracterizations, but most importantly, I saw a full community of players and fans of the game who were all arguing and debating for one common goal: the future success of Pax Day. And while all of us might have different opinions on what monetization might look like, today I am going to just break down the details as simply and as unbiased as I can to continue the discussion, and more importantly, to keep all of you informed. No clickbait titles or overreactions here, just facts. Pax Day monetization. That is what we are going to be talking about today. So welcome all 1,270 plus of you avid consumers of Pax Day content, and the nearly 60% of you who have not yet decided to hit that subscribe button. I'm Altari, the professional gamer, and this is another PAX Friday review. I would also like to take a moment to thank all of our channel members for supporting us. Firm professional handshakes to all of you. I would like to get into our discussion about monetization, as it is quite an interesting subject and one that I find personally interesting just in the game industry. So before we get to that, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if this is the type of professional content that you enjoy, and share with your friends who might be interested in Pax Day. Also, an additional side note, tomorrow, Saturday, December 23rd, at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going to be having our 1,000 subscriber plus holiday special on both Twitch and YouTube. If you haven't done so already, go check out our Discord. That's where all of the event details will be. We will be giving away a game. We're going to be playing a lot of different stuff. There's going to be a Christmas holiday story, a very professional one at that, so you should totally check it out. But let's go ahead and get into talking about monetization now. Altari, take it away. All right, so to start things off, the whole reason why the Pax Day developers decided to talk about monetization now seems to be because it has been a recurring topic over the last several months, weeks, and they felt like they're in a comfortable position where they could at least open the discussion for monetization. And they were very firmly aware that they were going to be getting all different sorts of feedback when they made this post, and it was pretty clear throughout all of the verbiage that they had in it. Now, long story short, there is a core monetization system that the devs have already considered, and this is kind of essentially what they are planning for, and this is obviously subject to change based on player feedback, but the current consensus is that they are going to plan for a one-off initial purchase of the game and then have a regular fee for maintaining active player status, which is going to have something to do with maintaining your plots that you have in-game, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is also going to be something that is supplemented with a free but limited access to discover the game, also something we'll talk about later, and fully optional additional services such as add-ons, possibly cosmetics, server transfers, and stuff like that, where it's not really giving players an advantage, it's just allowing them to kind of be able to move back and forth different characters from different servers and stuff like that. In terms of the facts, they were also dabbling with a couple of additional ideas. Firstly, this demo or free option, that is something that we had heard about briefly previously, where there was a distinction between a paid account and a non-paid account. The way that Pax Dei is going to work in the future, they want to be able to reach a very wide audience. And it's pretty clear through their business strategy in going into a cloud native game. So if you're just going through the internet and you see an advertisement for Pax Dei, in the future, there is a high likelihood that you will be able to click on that banner or that ad and it will open the game in a browser. You'll be able to make a character and get to playing the game. This could also extend to things like Twitch extensions or YouTube extensions or anything like that, where viewers might be able to participate in some way with streamers, but to a very limited degree. In other words, it's just a attempt to get more people exposed to the game. And statistics have shown that if you have a player that gets into a game, they're going to be more likely to purchase the game after they play it. That's why free demos exist for all types of things. Star Citizen has free fly weekends. If you look at their revenues after a free fly weekend, their revenues are up. They increase. They have a spike in the number of purchases. That's because people try the game, they like what they see, and then they buy it. That same strategy is something that Pax Dei is trying here. The important thing to note with this as well is that free accounts are not going to have access to plots, or at least that's currently what the standing thought is by Mainframe. And that is really, really important, because that means that players who are getting free access to the game aren't going to be able to exploit the plot system. An additional aspect that they are considering are possible microtransactions. This would be in the form of cosmetics. They did want to make sure that we are reassured in the fact that this isn't going to be any pay to win type thing. The cosmetics aren't going to be something that completely derail the immersion that you get in the game. And something that I found kind of interesting too is that a lot of the cosmetics that you will buy will actually be either identical recipes, maybe with different ingredients or something like that, which will produce the same tier of item, but it's just going to have a different appearance. And they specifically mentioned recipes here, so it's not even that you're buying a piece of equipment in the game, you're buying a recipe for a piece of equipment in game. They also mentioned, and this is probably one of the more contentious points that they were considering, was a Plex or WoW token like system where you will be able to purchase this particular token, whatever they call it, Pax dollars, I don't know, but it is essentially a mechanism of transferring real world money into in-game exchangeable currency. Whether or not that is the main currency of the game or it is some side currency that the main currency gets put into as well is yet to be seen. And there is some data that supports that having systems, tokenized systems like this in a game, can decrease the profit margins for gold sellers. It doesn't put them out of business, but it does hurt them and make the entire venture a little bit less profitable. And depending on how this system goes about, they didn't really reveal much of it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you any more details than what we just have there. That is definitely a system that could potentially lead to a pay-to-win kind of system, but they didn't really extrapolate more on what this token would do, so I don't know if we'd really be able to just sit there and scream out, it's pay to win, close our eyes, shut our ears, and walk away. But other than that, they did try to clarify some more stuff about these things, and it all basically just sums down to they are trying to make a very player-driven economy. They have some data that supports that a tokenized system can really help elongate player-driven economies in games. A lot of these devs are from EVE, which does have a tokenized economy as well, and that data is helping them to make this decision. All of these things are not decided yet, so it is important to note that any of this is subject to change, and they're kind of just putting these thoughts out into the world, into the official Discord, to kind of hear what people's opinions were. The next up is talking more about plots and subscription systems. So I actually held a poll on YouTube. I think I had over 96 people respond to that poll. And basically what I was asking is, what type of monetization system do you think is best for Pax Dei? We got a pretty decent amount of feedback. So thanks to any of you who actually participated in that survey. It gave me a lot of info. Over 75% of the people who responded are okay with at least purchasing the game. A lot of players agree that this game should definitely be something that you pay money for up front, and really the debate kind of lies with the subscription factor. And I know that for a lot of people, $10-15 a month is a very, very large commitment, and that could really price some people out who are interested in playing Pax Dei. And what I hope that means is that there is going to be a tiered subscription model. And this is kind of where the plot maintenance thing came in that we talked about earlier in the video. And this is basically how the developers are planning on managing plots. So if you have 22,000 players that are all playing on the same server, there's a high likelihood, just based on the general MMO trends, that some players are going to stop playing after they get through a lot of the content that they're interested in. Maybe a new game comes out, something happens, and they move on from Pax Dei. They stop their subscription. What that means is all of those players are going to have buildings that are unattended with a subscription model that basically maintains an active player status. An active player status might be something that maybe you subscribe for a month and it kind of elongates how long your plots will last. As long as you subscribe every couple of months or something like that, then your plot won't deteriorate. Deterioration in this case was described as eventually your plot will decay, the building pieces will decay, and then eventually the land will free up. If a player returns before that decay is complete, it definitely sounds more like that plot will be restored to its original state. The important thing that all of us need to remember is Pax Dei is a game that has captured so much of our imaginations, and there are already a lot of passionate people who are very interested in making sure this game succeeds. So clickbait titles aside, Pax Dei is still very much so in a good state. This is a appropriate time for Mainframe to get into this discussion. And while I haven't shared any of my personal opinions on monetization, I think that there have been a lot of great discussions already, and I hope those discussions continue and the devs continue to be involved in those discussions as much as they have in the last couple of days. If you like this type of content and you want to help support the channel, there are really 3 things that you can do. You can like the video, subscribe if you enjoy this type of professional Pax Dei related content, and share with any of your friends who might be interested in Pax Dei. Over the last year, we have grown so much, and it has been such an honor to share this Pax Dei journey with all of you, keeping you informed on all of the new and important information that has been released so that you don't have to scour every corner of the internet looking for more information. I hope that all of you can make it to tomorrow's 1,000 plus subscriber holiday special. It's going to be a truly fun couple of hours, and I am very excited to share that and celebrate the holidays with all of you. I hope that you have an amazing holiday season, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year's. We will have another PAX Friday next week, but I just hope that you have an opportunity to sit back, look around, enjoy the time that you have with your friends, your family, your pets, and just appreciate life and the fact that we get to enjoy talking about a video game that brings so much joy and so much hope to a lot of people in this world. Communities have already formed around this game, and it is going to be truly awesome. I hope all of you decide to join us along for the ride. Until next time, and have a happy Merry Christmas. I'm Altari, the professional gamer.